The theme tonight, hot couture, fashionistas, parades, catwalks. It's all going off. It's very hot, very sexy and dark, and that is what the La Troya party is all about. And tonight we have very special guests. You're currently listening to Mark Vito in the Terrace tonight, but also right now we have in the studio Mr. Boy George. How you doing?
I'm good. So you're English?
I'm English, yeah. Did you just realise that?
Well, I was just thinking your accent is pretty good. I was thinking...
I've travelled around the world, so my accent's a bit confused.
But you speak Spanish, obviously.
No.
You don't speak Spanish?
Well, I can say, hola, ¿cómo estás?
Italiano?
Poco. I saw you talking in Italian on a video on Facebook where you filming iPad saying vote for us in the DJ Top 100.
Yeah.
So who's winning?
Sto imparando l'italiano. I'm learning at the moment. So
okay.
At the moment parlo un poco italiano, but I've been learning to sing in Italian. So
oh wow.
Next month I'm going to Italy to sing with a very famous Italian singer called Albano. Right. I'm going to sing with Albano, which is very exciting and very scary.
Yeah,
in
that's
Italian,
crazy.
on Italian TV.
you've done everything, really, haven't you? You've covered every single thing in the book as far as getting out there, getting involved, DJing, performing, books, like fashion labels. You've done everything. So I mean, is this the next step now?
Well, you know, some things. I think just it's a Gemini thing. I think it's a Gemini thing that we are kind of, you know.
Geminis get bored easily.
Get bored easily, but also we're kind of social magpies. You know, we get excited by new things. We do get bored easily, or we get bored if something doesn't stimulate us. Mm. But I think I'm getting better at not getting bored as I get older. I think as I've got older, I've realised that what I do is amazing. You know, I'm so lucky to do what I do. I think it's taken me the best part of 40 years to realise that. But
that's crazy.
So I think I see things very differently now. I look at things in a different way. So yeah, but I'm very lucky to do the things I do. I love it, and I travel the world. And in some ways I'm a typical English person. I travel the world, and yet I know very little about the world. So part of my sort of new thing is to kind of discover stuff that perhaps I should have noticed before.
Yeah. And it's quite. I mean, with your history. I mean, I was saying to the guys in here earlier, what do I ask you that hasn't been asked before? I mean, you must have so many memories now. Like I think about my life, and in the last few years of being an adult, it's just a short space. But when I think about my life, I think, oh, I've done so much in them years. I mean, do you feel like you're swamped with your memories? Do you have a special
not at all.
one,
I think that you detach. I think as you get older, you look back at your former self and you don't always really know who that person is. I mean, I look back at myself at 20, 30, even 40, and I don't know that person. I'm not that person. I've changed so much. Even in the last 5 years, there's been such changes in me as a person that I look at that person and I think, well, I know who you are. I recognise that.
Yeah.
But I don't think in the same way that I used to. And that's a good thing. I think I'd like to describe myself as probably more zen now as I've got older. I'm much more kind of. I have an off button. I think when I was younger, I had no off button. Do you understand what I mean? I just didn't know how to switch off.
Loose cannon, just going up.
Yeah. Whereas now I just kind of, I feel more zen.
Yeah. So what do you think is what are you aiming